Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And woo! Part two, Return of the Black Superman. Just for all the people out there, gotta like this LFD right here, right there. Somebody needs to do a little branding. They ought to pay me for this shit. So, how's everybody doing? Hopefully, having a good Saturday, brand. I might have to make a part three depending on how many people come. If not, I'll jump on somebody else's panel. But hey, we're gonna have fun till we get there. So, woo! And what's up, everybody? I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. We're gonna have a little dialogue, a little style and profile, a little interesting things going on. Last time we were having such a riveting debate, especially between Trinity and Amiri. That was pretty entertaining. First, huh? What's up, Trinity? Come on, Trinity, get some of your friends up in here. We're having a little back and forth session with Trinity and Mary. See, here, I don't mind people having difference of opinions as long as they give each other the respectful time to express such. So what's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody like, share, and subscribe. Yo, what's up, Q? We're trying to finish up from last time when we had the little debate going on. Woo! What's up, Loose Cannon 4, aka Josh? Oh man, how's the army life treating you? If you want to know something funny as hell, Q, last month would have made 21 years since I joined the army. Jesus. No, we were just having a debate, having a little nice little friendly debate between Mary and Trinity. So it was interesting. A lot of people on that Will and Jada stuff. I mean, part of that stuff was so damn choreographed. I thought Vince McMahon had his goddamn hand in it. No remorse, crocodile tears. You're not supposed to let the world know we're freaks. So who wants to be on this damn panel? Yeah, somebody just give me a damn curmudgeon to argue with. I think it's real interesting how anywhere else in the world or any other time in history, she would have been dropped off somewhere, never to see her return. You don't embarrass the brand. Gotta love my cigar holder right here. Put it right there. I use it when I go out to places and I don't have anywhere to put it. Gotta love that. It's classy. We have Trinity up here. How you doing once again, Trinity?
I'm good. How you doing, honey?
I'm chilling. On the night shift. Hey. See, it's kind of funny when I look at that shit. Do I play devil's advocate? Yes and no. It depends on how I feel. But the Will and Jada thing is a very delicate balance. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like all marriages. You're only one fuck up away from just fucking up the whole thing.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
I don't know. They're either mad that you cheated on me or mad that you letting the whole world know we're freaks.
Facts. Yeah. I honestly, to expound on what you just said, I don't really think that he's mad that she got some extra dick. I think he's mad that she embarrassed his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Woo, what's up, Josh?
What up? What's going on, y'all?
Chilling. I just think that, of course, we know Will Smith, Big Willie. I mean, motherfucker seems like he doesn't age much. Of course, he's got some 24-year-old chick out there. It's like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, did he embarrass her? No. Even if he's done.
Oh, I can't say this. I can't speak.
Sorry.
You're stupid to me.
Sorry about that.
What was that?
Sorry, that was some other shit. I'm sorry about that.
Somebody got the Ratchet TV on. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, me. That was me with the Ratchet TV. I'm sorry, y'all. I got caught.
Sheila.
Y'all caught me.
Sheila. He was. Sheila.
Look. I'm sorry. Well,
oh man.
Listen. I can be a ratchet sometimes. I apologize. I'm working on it.
reminds me of a book I'm working on, The Theory of Ratchetivity.
Ratchetivity.
Theory of Ratchetivity.
Oh well, hey, it is what it is. I'm working on my Ratchetivity. Do I need to go to Ratchetivity Anonymous? I mean, let me know.
Yes. RA.
Yeah.
Go to RA.
It's okay. As long as we got strong men like you in the community, we work it out.
You got to be like Ronald Reagan back in the day. Well, what makes it comical is that I'm looking at the whole thing, and even though it's so funny because I keep forgetting Jada's from Baltimore as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow. Every time Baltimoreans on the news, we're fucking up something, fucking up someone, or fucking someone.
Well, you know what? I mean, it depends on who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? It all sound good to me.
Yeah.
She gonna drop Will to smoking crack next.
Oh man, shit. Dang, she gonna go back to Set It Off, the reunion tour.
Y'all think? Well, you know, she's working through her pathways of pain. I mean, I respect it. You know, I mean, as long as her husband respect it. Like I said before we got off this motherfucker, I said, you know, if her husband respects her and loves her and knows her enough to say, you know what, this woman, maybe she's going through some things, I still got her back. That's a testament to that woman's grit and that woman's abilities. I mean, ain't no nigga gonna stick around no bitch that ain't worth nothing. A nigga like Will Smith, come on, let's keep it real. We trying to hold on. We trying to act like Will Smith is a simp ass nigga. Come on, this man. Let's think about everything that this man has ever done. Let's think about the adversity that this man has had to, basically cross to be this international superstar that he is. You think he's just gonna pick a bum ass bitch? No, he picked the right bitch for him. Let's keep it real.
He like, look, I don't give a fuck about your extra dick. Just don't embarrass my ass. What were you saying, Josh?
Yeah.
Well, look,
exactly.
she must have been going through some shit for over 10 years, because I remember hearing a story that Will Smith walked in the crib and she was getting smashed by Mark Anthony back when she was doing that show Hawthorne, and he ran out the crib crying like a little bitch. But you know what? He could have did better than her. But at the end of the day, they really, they need each other. They complement each other, and I can't really say nothing about that situation as far as like, it was notoriously known that there was rumors going around for years that there was swingers or whatnot. So it really wasn't a shock to me.
You got to remember, she had an entanglement for August. I think her Baltimore accent came out that.
And let's not forget, if it wasn't for Will Smith and Jada, we wouldn't have Willow and Jayden. Come on, come on now.
Wait a minute.
Let's keep it real now.
We could have saved them motherfuckers.
Yeah, we really missing something with them. We really got.
Yeah, they could have been wiped off a
but
McDonald's napkin.
Let's not act like they not getting this young shit popping. Let's not act like that.
Some weird kids.
I mean, they're swingers. They're Hollywood elitists. That's what they do. If you have a billion dollars, you think that they're not gonna be fucking somebody else? Come on.
Hey, can I share the screen,
exactly,
Mr. Faulkner?
Oh yeah.
Real quick, just for a moment. Okay, I want to make a point. Hold on. Right here. Okay, just make a quick point. Okay, allow. Okay, here we go. Right here. Right, can you see it?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
I don't see nothing.
You should be able to see it.
I gotta bring this other screen up. Here we go. Now we see it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Right here. Now
there
you see it?
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
The evil queen right there. Right there.
Okay, hold on. Now, Platinum, you got your nerve now. Let's keep it real, because I've been watching you for about a year now, right?
Hold on. Let him explain what's going on.
Okay, all right.
Bitch broken man. That's him. Who, with all of this lovey-dovey, you can do whatever you want. We can stay in this marriage, even though we're not sexual. It's over, but we can stay. This is her, the evil queen, taking advantage, running the household. She fucked up. Both them kids is fucked up. Willow, them two kids.
You ain't lying, yo.
Them kids fucked up. She fucked Austin. She admitted the man was sexual. He was traumatized when she did what she did to him. And he weird as fuck now. Look at his hair. Look at the way he wears his hair. And Pop, look at this. Right, real quick, this is an act of dominance. She's over him, holding him. This is not how a woman holds a man. It should be, Jada should be here. He should be here. So even as a teenager, she 19 or whatever, when she was fucking with Pac, she was a dominant, masculine woman. The evil queen. I'll unshare my screen. I appreciate that. I want to make a point.
Well, what I want to know is why everything got to be evil and all this. I'm just trying to say, like, you act like some niggas don't like to be dominated in the bedroom. Come on, my nigga. Like, let's not act like niggas don't pay for that. You know, so first of all, and hold on. Let me keep talking, sir. 1 second. Especially a man like you, because I've been watching you for a while, and I know you're a pimp ass nigga, right? That's your claim to fame, okay? So the thing about it is, you know, that certain niggas love to be dominated by pretty ass little ass bitches. That's your profession. So for you to come up here and try to shame this nigga because he's being dominated, I mean, come on, are you not being a hypocrite?
Nah, see the difference.
Answer that.
The difference is this. Number one, it's the image. If you put up an image of you being Big Willie style, you the man in charge. You the man in charge. Hell, we had a whole the fucking late '90s to 2000s. You had Big Willie style. There was nobody in fucking Hollywood bigger than Will Smith. Men in Black, Independence Day, Bad Boys. There was nobody on this big one bigger than him. That means you're a dominant man. You're a dominant force in the fucking industry.
90% of his movies were smash hits. What the hell?
Hold on, my love. Hold on, my love. I completely agree with you that.
So let me finish.
Okay.
See, one thing about it is this. Some men probably feel like being dominated, but there's a difference between being dominated in the bedroom and then embarrassed in public. See, it's one thing that, let's say it was 20 years ago, this shit popped up like this. Okay, cool. One, nobody probably knows what's happening. Two, you didn't have social media. Okay? You probably had little things and spats, but it wasn't like it is now. He's got to keep reliving that, and you're hurting his brand. That's the one thing men and women don't understand. When you're married, you're a brand.
Mm-hmm.
That's like if I had to basically talk about all things of connection, right? And the next thing you know, I get caught at a fucking stop smoking rally. I'm fucking up the money. I'm a hypocrite.
I understand. I understand that, Charles, and you know, with all due respect, because you know I respect you, right? I have to respectfully disagree with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this is why. Okay. So you say that she disrespected man sexually in public, but honestly, you know, do y'all remember that movie 6 Degrees of Separation?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Y'all remember that?
He played a
Okay. Okay, so like I say, you know, the man had already sexually exploited himself in the public. Rather that was based on acting or not, you know, he didn't already did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I say, he didn't make an agreement with him and himself. So, like I say, you know, there's nothing that this woman can come and do after that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like for him, no, not to be disrespectful, but what I'm trying to say is this. You know, whatever agreement they have, that's their agreement. This nigga was already on some extra shit. Like,
but
let's keep it real.
We're gonna keep it definitely real on this channel. See, we're gonna tell the East Hollywood true goddamn story.
All right, well, let's go, Daddy. Let's go. Let's get it.
Number one, if you're acting, that's like if I was a pro wrestler and I'm supposed to be the second coming of Ric Flair, but in my real life, I'm laid back. Okay, my professional life and my personal life are two different entities. All right, what's up, DJ Moss? Woo. So that being said, in the coverall thing, right, you will have people who do acting. Guess what? So we're going to look at Leonardo DiCaprio. Do we really believe he's a racist goddamn person who says I hate niggas and all this because he was playing Django? No. It's called acting. but once you embarrass me in real life, meaning if you and I were married and I gave you permission to do you once in a while, that's not supposed to be seen outside of certain confines. Then you pick the dumbest motherfucker to do it with, who talks like some old bitches at the nursing home, runs his mouth, and then because this dude is so inexperienced when it comes to Hollywood, he blocked himself from moving up, and he knew he did. Anthony Taylor, woo, what's up, brother? So when you look at it, even if she had Will's consent, she went outside the barriers because guess what? Now you're fucking up the brain. And he's connected to Netflix money, which is one of, if not the biggest, entertainment in the world today, especially during COVID. You don't fuck up the money. You don't fuck up the money. What's the normal rule? You don't fuck up the money.
At the end of the day, she had a 4-year relationship with this Trump. This boy was molested as a child. He confesses that he had health issues. Will said the family, became very interested in his health issues. She seduced this boy and had a 4-year a sexual relationship with this boy. We already talked about how she's going to get away with the get out of criticism card of basically doing what black men are constantly accused of. Even though these people of legal age, I don't want to talk about that. Hold up, I'm not trying to defend that. I don't want to talk about that. I'm just saying that she won't be accused of pedophilia, which is always thrown on black men, even though a woman is say 25, but he happens to be 42, and they call him that. Now but I'm not trying to have that conversation. But that's what she's 46, and I think he was like 20. He's in his 20s, and that's always thrown. But anyhow. She had that in a marriage that was having problems, and if you look at her past, she has been a strong, dominant, masculine. And I held out saying this because a woman was on the panel, but she bitch breaks men. That's what she does. She becomes the alpha, and they become the beta in a relationship. She reverses the roles, and. I cannot stand. That's terrible, and I think she's going to always do that. And a woman at that age, women normally, they roll up their, roll up the carpet, and they give it. They had their kids, they had their fun, they're married, they're 42, 43, they're done with, hoeing. They're done with that. If they have sex, it's with their husband, and that's even if they sometimes they cut their husband off. For her to go out there and be fucking like that, that's just hoish behavior. I mean, you got to put a bitch like that in the strip club. You got to go ahead and if Will put her put her OnlyFans page of that bitch, it would be fair. Because she's just a hoe, and there's nothing. Will Smith is an idiot to stay in any type of relationship with Jada, and I stop right there.
Okay, did you ever consider that maybe Will Smith was just a person who likes to help people?
Huh?
Hold on. Like for instance, no. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back to Tisha Campbell. Y'all know Martin. Y'all remember Martin, right? Okay. Yeah. Tisha Campbell and her husband, right? They got into some financial troubles. Will Smith helped them too with their motherfucking mansion. They actually got into a lawsuit with that shit. And the rumor. Hold on. The rumor. Oh no, I'm still talking, sir. Hold on. I'm still talking, sir.
Hold up.
I'm still talking, sir.
Hold on.
So
everybody stop for a minute. I don't mind people debating each other, but we got to keep the rules first because this is a live stream and it's going to be a playback. Give everybody the space and time, please, for everybody to not make their statements too long so people don't lose.
Okay, sir. So, go ahead, Trinity. Thank you, sir. So we got to keep this shit in perspective. when Tisha Campbell and her husband was going through the shit with their mansion, they actually went into like a battle with the shit. Now there was rumors that Will Smith brought her husband a house, and that was a whole nother thing. They called the nigga gay and all that shit. I don't know. This all alleged. I don't know. Okay, whatever. But now there's actually court papers saying that somehow that Will Smith was entangled into that goddamn process of that goddamn mansion somehow, some kind of motherfucking way. Okay? So now at the end of the day, we don't know what Will Smith had going on with Tisha Campbell's husband. We don't know what that business was. Now, rather it's public or not, rather they paid to keep that shit out the motherfucking public, who cares? I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is this. People have their own shit. They have a right to their privacy. Now all this shit is public and it's fine. But at the end of the day, let's keep it real. They're not doing nothing that we not doing in our everyday lives. They got more money than us. But come on, nigga, you ain't ever cheated on your wife? Your wife ain't never cheated on you? You ain't never cheated on your girlfriend? Your girlfriend never cheated on you? Come on, stop acting like you fucking high and you high and flying, you so motherfucking morally correct, because we all know that we all got sins. Now we judging them because they supposed to be famous and celebrities, but they have more access to if anybody wants to act a fool, it should be them, because they got way more access to money and to debauchery than any of us. So hold on. So if we're gonna judge them, we have to judge ourselves first, because what's our excuse? They have all the access to debauchery that they want, but what's our excuse? We don't got no goddamn money, but we still find a way to act a fool. So let's keep it real.
They're public figures, and they have a whole Facebook show called
Who
Red
cares?
Table.
Who cares?
Trinity, you got about to say peace.
If you don't care, you
okay.
feel it.
Okay.
You talking about it. What Jada are what we call in the wrestling world marks for themselves. You think that they're not spaced out? Like, come on. We'll be talking about, when the stars and the moon align and shit, and you got to believe in yourself and blah blah blah. And then Jada want to sit there and judge Snoop Dogg for speaking the truth about Gayle King, about her goofy ass. But yeah, look at her now. Look at her now. She thought she was Miss Perfect, but look at her now. She embarrassed everybody to see that she belonged to the streets.
I'm gonna read
What
this
streets?
post out here. I'm gonna read this post out here.
What do you mean, what
What
streets?
streets?
Main Street.
The
She belonged to the
You
street.
don't own those streets. You don't own those streets. Let's keep it real. What street
Hold up.
do she belong
What are
to?
you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't own the streets.
Trying to read the post
Okay,
here.
so I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Hold
I'm
up.
sorry, Charles. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Charles.
I don't play past the wife, past the girlfriend, none of that dumb shit.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. You don't own
Hold
those
up.
streets to tell her where she belong on,
Hold up.
what street she belong on, nigga.
Yeah.
So stop.
I'm not that. Look, that's Will's.
Well, I gotta start muting
You
motherfuckers.
don't own those streets to tell her what street she's belong on. If anybody owns streets,
Oh my God.
up, nigga.
Okay.
Chill out.
All right.
Period.
Yeah,
And
Anthony
Will
Taylor
Smith
said-
own more streets than you too.
yeah,
All
all
right.
right.
I'm gonna say this one time.
Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
Anthony Taylor said, I'm in the Philly area. Officer Faulkner, can you speak on this Will and Jada situation from a perspective
We
regarding
already have. Gotta go back to the playback.
Will in over his head from the start? No. No, because Will's an experienced man. You gotta remember, Will was formerly married with a child. Who's got all that noise? Will was formerly married with a child. So he wasn't in over his head. It's the fact of the matter is this. Jada, she's born and raised from Baltimore, yes. Will's born and raised from Philly, yes. But they're Hollywood people. They've been in the limelight for over 30 years. Shit ain't new. The motherfuckers they've been around and dated were fucking stars themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, is he in over his head? Fuck no. The part that's wild is because it's the brand, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's the brand. You got to remember this. It's always the brand. You don't hurt the brand.
That's still it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm back. I had
mean,
to go buy Black and
I wanted to say something. Inside of Hollywood and inside of any professional area, the only three things that you have is you have your personal brand or business brand, your image, and your reputation. That's what everything stands on. So, these types of transgressions destroyed the brand, the image, and the reputation of those people inside of Hollywood. Of course, some people say, well, that stuff happens
Who's
all the
calling
time
water?
in Hollywood.
Whoever's that, mute yourself, please.
Yeah, mute yourself, please. Be a background noise.
Yeah, for some reason, somebody's doing something. It wasn't me.
But continue
I'm
with
sorry,
your-
that was me. I'm gonna mute myself right now. Sorry about that.
All right, thanks. Continue with your saying, Ori.
But yeah, I mean, all this stuff boils down to brand, image, and reputation. And nobody can tell me that what just happened and what we just saw didn't damage all three of those. Because the brand that they have is this whole indestructible black love kind of brand, right? I mean, that showed some cracks in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, to be honest, this is pretty simple to pay attention to be
And I
honest.
want you to.
I don't understand what we're arguing about.
I want you to. You actually pull up a good point. See, we don't have too many images.
But the one that's gonna suffer the most from all of that is well, I ain't gonna say suffer the most, but one that's really gonna be suffering is August Alsina for putting it out there like that.
Yeah,
he can't be trusted.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
It should have been kept private in the first place. Just because you got an album coming out didn't mean you have to put their business out there. I will say that.
I don't believe that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Hold up, Trinity. You know what, Charles? I didn't even. You know what? I swear that went over my head. That you're right. He went against the code for him saying that, kissing and telling like that. You're right. You're right. That was some bitch shit. You got to keep that to yourself. Yeah, you're right.
If you're gonna be the side nigga, at least that's the
like I said, I don't believe that.
So now hold up. Now you see how
Not
the men,
today.
well, hold up, Trina, and I'm gonna shut up. But you see how the men up here, we have no problem criticizing men when they do stupid shit.
And I have no problem criticizing women when they do stupid shit.
Well, no, women have a problem with that. No, the men
No, see, nigga, hold on, because what you're trying to say is I have a problem. I don't have no problem criticizing bitches when they do stupid shit.
No, I seriously want to hear your opinion on that. Like about us saying that August Alsina's wrong for saying what he said.
Okay, so let me go ahead and keep it real. Number one, I think that being in the position that they were all in, first of all, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, there's some rich ass motherfuckers. They know they dealing with a nigga that's up and coming. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was in that position, I'm gonna tell you what I would do, because I can never say what another nigga's gonna do. Now, If I was a rich ass bitch with a rich ass nigga, you know what I would do? I would go to my husband. I say, you know what? When you left me, I fucked a nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was good, whatever, but it ain't as good as your dick. But at the same time, we might have a problem with this nigga. So what we need to do is we need to get with this nigga, sit this nigga in a round table, pay this nigga off, and sign a non-disclosure agreement. That's what I would have did. Okay? I wouldn't have been on no goddamn Rand Talks table. Okay? I wouldn't have did that type of shit. I would have went to my nigga, my powerful ass, superstar ass, international superstar ass nigga, and I would have came to motherfucking a conclusion with the nigga. I wouldn't have did no stupid shit like that. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. That probably would have been the better solution, because
that's just me. That's what I would have did.
That should have been nipped in the bud a long time ago before he even went on there and said what he said in that interview.
I mean, people.
Yeah, I would have. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all niggas real. I would have handled that shit 2 years, a year and a half ago. I would have been paid that niggas off. Okay, before he would have ever opened his mouth. Okay, I would have waited for. I mean, I don't understand. See, that's what I want to know. Why the fuck two international superstars? Not unless it's orchestrated. Now, if it's orchestrated, fine, that's cool. I respect that. Get that money. But if it's not orchestrated and a nigga caught you off guard, you should have never let that nigga caught you off guard like that. I would have caught that nigga 2 years ago. I would have paid that nigga off, signed the agreement, and it's nothing. Me and my nigga, we'd have been just fucking chilling in the sun. It's nothing.
But Trinity, I wanna back up for a minute. You hit a good point. And here on this platform, we criticize females, we criticize men, and we also congratulate both when they make good points. And if everybody can agree,
publicity stunt,
and if everybody can agree to that one, can I get a woo from the
there is
panel?
a possibility of that, but we don't know.
So you got to realize this, right? One, you made up a good point.
Well, she still hadn't criticized him, but go ahead, Charles. I'm sorry.
She could. We'll see. And trust me, everybody knows I ain't going soft for anybody. And it's funny because I do agree with Trinity and Josh on that one. Because what if this was a big ass publicity stunt? Because before this Will and Jada, I didn't know who the fuck August was except the fucking what? The 8th month of the year.
Facts.
I didn't know who this nigga was.
And you know what? And as little as we know, that nigga could literally be signed to their motherfucking record label. You never know. Because why would they do this type of shit?
And if you ever notice, when a star dies or go through some bullshit, I mean, for example, look at R. Kelly. When R. Kelly was going through his trials and shit, guess who ended up having the #1 albums off of fucking Apple? iTunes.
Wow.
When Prince and Michael Jackson died, guess who their fucking numbers went through the fucking stratosphere? And yeah, Anthony Taylor said, "What's up, underrated darkness?" Woo. DJ Moss. Woo. Simply unique. They should have handled it when he made that song. Yeah, a few years ago. Facts. See, you got to understand something when it comes to business. Each and every one of us on the panel in the chat should have cut some motherfuckers off at the kneecaps before it got out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Can we all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see, there's one thing you notice about people. Their blessings or curses and nothing in between. I'll tell you, one time, your boy Falk was trying to be nice to an ex, trying to be cordial, talking to a new chick. The ex popped up asking to borrow the old Thunder Tank, the old truck. And Shorty, great Shorty, came over to the house, bought me some cigars, a cutter, and a lighter without asking. And because she felt uneasy about that, fucked the game up. Should have cut Shorty at the pass. See, unlike a lot of people, I actually talk about my fuck-ups so people can learn. I am not a perfectionist. I try to reach perfection. I am far from a perfectionist. That's why we believe in excellence. It gives you a chance to fuck up and become better. See,
but
a lot of times when you see these stars out here, they always do some weird shit to keep themselves relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Jada had to bring a fucking Red Table Talk, which is on what? Facebook, YouTube,
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Because Jada wasn't making any movies. I mean, the last movie she made was what? Girls Trip.
Yeah.
The last time she was in a show was what? Gotham.
Yeah, and that show lasted long as it did. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, she's been on Hawthorne. When Hawthorne ended abruptly.
But at the same time, because I'm a woman, I got to do this. I'm sorry.
And let's keep 100. She doesn't really have an actress career. You know
but hold on.
Trinity, let the chaos go, then you go after him.
Because of her low actor, she is, she's only a little bit relevant on the point of the mid-90s. After mid-90s, it just went downhill. That's why when she married Will Smith, it's really an investment for her at the end of it. Because really, all the other acting roles she got was by this nigga's back. You know what I'm saying? I can run down a track record if people want to hear it.
And if you think about it, you got to look at it. Because after that, what kept her relevant was not only Will, but also her children.
Right.
And Trinity, what were you about to say?
I was about to say, you know, let's not do that because I can do the same shit to niggas. Like, you know, you trying to take away from that woman's accomplishments. Like, you know,
What
I know
accomplishment?
y'all niggas are. Okay, wait a minute. You interrupted me or not? Thank you. So, like I say, you know, the woman that has had her own accomplishments. Now, don't let your own bias, you know, take away from you giving her credit. Let's keep it motherfucking real. She had her own accomplishments, my nigga. Like, you know, so, you know, at the end of the day, if you niggas could do what she did, then you would do it. Like, I'm not trying to challenge you niggas, but like, let's keep it real, my nigga. She was in major productions. A lot of you niggas that's talking shit about her are never, you will never be in major productions. So you can talk all the shit you want to talk. And I'm not trying to be funny, but you will never do the shit that she done. So you can talk all the shit that you want to talk, but like, let's keep it real, my nigga. Like, at the end of the day, she has done something, my nigga. Like, so don't like play her out like she ain't shit. Now, Will Smith, let's keep it real. He's a GOAT. That's the GOAT. That's the prize in the situation. Now, that's what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You know, you using that like, you know, to you know, put battery in your back or to put gasoline in your mouth or something like that. Nigga, I mean, come on, stop it. We all know that Will Smith is the GOAT out here. He's an international superstar. But let's not act like Jada Smith ain't nothing. Come on, stop that shit. And I'm not trying to hold on. And I'm not trying to let me speak, sir.
Hold on for a speak.
I'm not
Trinity, hold on. I gotta shout out somebody. Thank you for the $5 cash app, Anthony. Woo! Continue, Trinity.
So I'm not trying to act like Jada is like, you know, Mary Magdalene for nothing like out here in this much, okay? I'm not trying to act like she's just like some saint. No, I'm not trying to, you know, not hold her accountable to her affair. No, it's not that. But what you not gonna do is try to, you know, invalidate her accomplishments because she has a lot of accomplishments, my nigga. Like, let's keep it real, my nigga. Now, maybe compared to Will Smith, maybe it's not that much, but her own accomplishments, come on, my nigga. Let's keep it real. This bitch really gets it in. Come on, she putting in that motherfucking work. Let's keep it real. Stop playing.
Yeah, I want to speak.
Comment after that.
Yeah, I love the comment. The best thing that happened to Jada Pinkett Smith was her relationship with Will Smith. It rescued her from being a D-list actress to fade into oblivion. We wouldn't even know who.
So now I gotta hit you.
You can't interrupt, baby. I didn't interrupt you.
Hey, Trinity, remember what we said? I don't. Do I let anybody interrupt you?
Jada,
I'm not interrupting nobody.
I don't let anybody interrupt you. I can't let you interrupt them. All right, sweet.
Okay, baby. Okay.
Jada Smith's destiny was to either, like we said, be a member or log in, register to POF or Tag or one of these dating sites, or
don't forget my fans only.
You only go get her OnlyFans, or fade into oblivion, or die. And they find the body 2 weeks later, and they say that remember that actress from what was that Different World, Jada Smith. Jada Smith brings absolutely nothing to the table. She's an over the head woman. She's a washed up whore. Doesn't belong in the same room with a man like Will Smith. The only
My
reason
God.
he's hanging on is the only reason he's hanging on to her, and we don't co-sign Will. Will's bitch broken, and
Yep.
the only reason she's able to be with him is because he has a bunch of skeletons in his closet, which I don't co-sign. Will's bitch broken. He's bad for black people. I don't watch his movies. I don't even fuck Will Smith. But it's all Jada's fault on this fucking Austin. So I'll shut up right there.
All right, thank you, Black.
Wow.
Well, I want to get somebody in who hasn't spoken.
Wow.
Josh or Eori. Would you like to comment?
I mean, I stand behind everything that Platinum Elite said. The reason I say that is
I don't know
because-
why. So I'm about to clown you. So
No,
go ahead.
Hey.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. because-
Yeah, you go ahead and tell me why.
Hey, what did they say?
Sure, and I will.
Mm-hmm.
In Hollywood, in that rarefied air, Will Smith could have gotten any woman that he wanted back then. He can probably get any woman that he wants now because he's powerful and he's a black man who's powerful in Hollywood. Now, her life got better because of Will Smith more than Will Smith's life got better because of her. She's benefiting more because of Will Smith because she can't do no better than Will Smith. Period. She topped out. She topped out for basically a C-level movie actress and stuff like that. I don't even know a movie that she acted in, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm about to tell you as soon as she's done speaking.
That's okay. I mean, look, she got a lot of leverage and she got a lot of mileage out of whatever movie she acted in because shout out to her, and this is not a negative. She cashed in pretty well.
Honestly,
in
she
pretty
didn't
well.
have that many. She didn't have that many hit movies. Let's look at her movies in the
Yeah.
90s.
Well, I'm about to show you. As soon as he's done talking, I'm about to show you.
Let's look at her movies in the 90s. The Inkwell. Do any of y'all niggas ever even seen that movie?
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Exactly. Nobody ever seen The Inkwell. I'm probably the only nigga on this planet to ever seen that. Jason's Lyric, not too much of a. It's a cult classic.
But nigga, have you? Hold on, nigga. Have you ever been in any movies though?
Nobody
any movies.
Fucking
Number one. Tell me number one. Listen, I'll take that. Listen, I'll take that. If you tell me, have you ever been in any movie, nigga? Any movie?
Hold up. I want everybody to mute up for a second.
All right.
I want everybody to mute up. I want Trinity not to mute up. Trinity.
Yes.
I want you to be respectful. Just like I didn't let them interrupt you. You cannot interrupt them.
Okay, but at the same time, you can't be.
No. On this thing, this is a dictatorship. I'm a benevolent dictator.
Okay, so let me know what you want, Daddy. What do you want? So you want these niggas to overtake me, right?
Stop.
These whack ass niggas to overtake me, right? So go ahead, let me know.
Trinity, stop. Okay. What I want.
You want whack ass niggas to overtake me. So go ahead and speak it up.
Trinity.
What?
I'm trying to fucking not lose my fucking marbles right now.
She's trying to.
Well,
trying to bitch break you.
Oh, you see that? No, what I want you to do.
Trinity, stop. I don't like muting people. I don't like it. Okay, but now you're being disrespectful towards me. Okay. I do not take disrespect very well.
Neither do I.
So this is what we're gonna do.
What we're gonna do, baby?
We're gonna be respectful, or I'm gonna have to tell some people to good night.
I'm always respectful.
Because you gotta let everybody else have their word uninterrupted. Just like there's times I said, let her finish. Because you're taking away from the program. Okay?
Okay. All right. I'll go with it.
Thank you.
Charles, can I continue what I was saying?
Go ahead.
All right. So like I was saying about her movies, she did like most of her movies sucked ass. Nobody remembers most of her movies. Like I said, most of the movies I named, y'all niggas don't even remember. And the only reason why she got the Matrix, I'll let y'all know a little secret, was because Aaliyah died. She was supposed to play that role. So yeah, if you compare Will Smith's career to her, it's fucking apples and oranges. It's like night and day. It's like comparing ice cream to cow manure. Come on.
Now, I will say this. In her prime, she was easily one of the top 5 most beautiful women in Hollywood. We can all agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, Will did what any man with his money and status did. Married the best looking bitch you can afford.
Mm-hmm.
And amazingly, which I have to give credit to both Will and Jada, they were so powerful, they put their kids on to make money. Yeah, Jason Lyric was the shit. And their kids, they did something that the average couldn't do, was create generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't get broke if they wanted to. Okay? By name recognition alone, he could be the executive producer for any shit. Even Trinity brought up, like, the motherfucker saved people from mansions and shit. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, what a lot of people don't realize this is that what I said before, you don't fuck up the brand, you don't fuck up the money. Jada, who, for the most part, believe it or not, for years actually played her role well. And the reason she played her role well is because, as weird as those kids are, them kids are money.
Mm-hmm.
Can we all agree?
Oh, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're going to get a little weirdness out of Hollywood kids. All the motherfuckers are weird
Facts.
because they're not allowed to go outside like you and I grew up. They got to be under guard, lock, and key all the time because their parents are worth so fucking much. But nobody cares if a man or woman cheats. Today's time, I mean, you got hot girl summer
Facts.
and you got dirty dick and niggas.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, and even in 2020, we still got a little bit of something called modesty left. They're like, yo, quarter of a century being together, and they were together, what, 30 years? Quarter of a century they were married. Some people, the only way they could keep their relationship going, if a motherfucker, has a little extramarital thing, Sometimes you got to play a scramble and run through that motherfucker like Lamar Jackson. But the thing you don't do is make the company look bad. For example, there are places such as the police department that will let you go if you make the department look bad. Am I telling the truth, Josh? No, Josh left. I got to bring him back up.
Yeah, my bad. My phone was acting retarded. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
So what's not wrong? People aren't shocked of Jada cheating. People have to have dreams like heroes, like we said about the return of the Black Superman. Because if you don't have somebody being the beacon for something that's as fleeting as black love, then black love is doomed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Trinity, I want to hear
Yes.
I want to hear it from a woman's point of view, your take on it, of how was anything I said incorrect, or you agree or disagree
My thoughts on what? You gotta be specific.
about. Do you think she played her role well until this fiasco?
Like I said, I don't. Like I said, I don't think that she ever intended on this nigga to come out 4 years later with the the dirt. But also, I don't I don't think that like they're both clean. I think they're both dirty. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they've been together for 25 years. And even in that interview, Will Smith did everything but confess to his own admission to infidelities. And, at the end of the day, they doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? They're working through their issues. So now the fact now, like I said, August, he's a genius because he used that type of situation to really, break the internet. That's his thing, whatever. I'm sure they wasn't expecting that, but it is what it is. But what I'm trying to say is this. It doesn't mean that Jada's a hoe. It doesn't mean that Will's a hoe. It means that they just going through whatever the fuck they going through at the end of the day, you know? Now, we got to understand that we will never, ever experience the same things that they're experiencing because these are some rich-ass, powerful-ass motherfuckers, period. They dealing with things that we will never, ever have to deal with. So, like I say, when they decide to stay with each other, they got their own reasons to stay with each other. So we don't have no reason to judge them. Just because I say, okay, because you want to be with that bitch for the rest of your life, what the fuck? I don't have no right to judge you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never even been in your position to judge you. So like I'm saying, like, let them niggas alone. Okay, they probably never even wanted to be in this type of situation. Now, August, that was a genius situation for him to do what he did. Honestly, for his career, that's good. Boom, he got his shit off. Fine, I ain't judging him either, but I'm just trying to say, as far as Jada and Will, like, they got their own shit going on. Why the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? They want to fuck bitches. They want to fuck niggas. It's what they want to do. Like, let them do what the fuck they want to do.
Okay, I'm gonna post a question for everybody on the panel. And I just and you know how my brain works, especially Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I could think of how shit just pops up in my head. What if this is all a work? For those of you who are not privy to pro wrestling terminology, a work is something that's choreographed.
In other words, publicity stunt.
GP.
Publicity stunt. What if this is all a work? What if this was
I honestly thought that what it was.
Well, it's Hollywood, so I'd say to that, never say never, because you never know what.
Because we forget one important thing. What is the profession of Jada and Will?
Entertainers.
Acting.
Yeah. And what's the first thing an actor can do?
Act.
They can act and lie to you like a motherfucker. I want everybody to sing it. Start with Chaos. Let's go.
I don't really focus on too deep about if this is a skit employed, because to be honest with you, bro, if this dude is this artist, if he's a singer, I gotta really look at his track record already. Now, if this is gonna hurt or build him, I don't know. I don't know this dude. Only time will tell. If he gets some audience and blows up, then yeah, that might hold up. If not, then yeah, it proves otherwise.
Okay, next I want to get Trinity.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of already answered, right?
What do you want to know?
About do you think this is a work, or do you think it's actual factual? What do you think?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think that they probably live their life a certain kind of way, a rich ass luxury way, which is nothing wrong with that, And I think that, when the shit came out, they're like, well, how are we going to handle this situation, the best way as far as our brand goes. And so I respect it, I mean, I don't judge these people at all. You know what I'm saying? I think that the boss ass niggas, like at the end of the day, I can never disrespect the person who got more money than me. Period. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, like, at the end of the day, both Jada and Will, they've done way more than I can ever do in the entertainment field. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, I respect them. You know, I respect them. Period.
All right.
So if they
I
want to
want to
get
get
some extra pussy, listen. So if they want to get some extra pussy, some extra dick, that's on them. Who gives a
okay.
fuck? I don't give a
I
fuck.
want to hear from Josh.
Yeah, I already said before, like I know it has to be, or there's a possibility that it is a work. So I mean, I get the rub from watching them on Table Talk, which I don't really watch that show, but I've seen clips that in wrestling terms, and you know what I mean, Charles, that I feel like they're marks for themselves. In other words, they're like that. They're their biggest fans. So if it turned out to be that, I wouldn't be surprised. That's my take on it.
I mean, for me, like, could it be cheap heat? Yeah, it could be some cheap heat, you know, but it the part that I'm kind of reconciling is this amount of cheap heat worth it when you've got a 25-year brand to protect? Right? Like, this whole brand is built off of, like, this whole black wholesome thing, whatever. I know that it's not something that people can live up to, but still, like, you know, guys like Will and Jada have never really resorted to these types of tactics. So it doesn't seem to me like it's stuff that's normal for them. And it doesn't seem like the tactics that they would take. But if it is cheap heat, it's cheap heat. But, you know, it is what it is, bro. I just don't think this amount of cheap heat is worth it, especially considering that you have something to protect. A dude like August Alsina, that's like a brand new dude, he doesn't have the type of longevity as these guys do. That guy could throw off all kind of cheap heat, and basically this might be his 15 minutes of fame. But these guys got a brand and a career to protect. So that's where I fall out on it. The other part is I see this as being negative to people that are looking around and seeing these guys as the ideal. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, if Jada did it, then I can do it too, kind of shit. And that's where it gets really harmful. But that's my 2 cents.
Before we continue, I'd like to thank TSP. Hold on. Jimmy?
Yep.
I'd like to thank TSP for the donation, the contribution to the stream. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. No problem.
Thanks to Trinity for the Cash App and the donation.
No problem. No problem.
Last but not least, Platinum. Hey, Platinum, you still there? Platinum?
You fell asleep.
Okay. I don't know. We'll come back to Platinum. But at the end of the day, like we said earlier, the return of the Black Superman. You know, and this is the reason why it's very important that the main protector of the image of the Black Superman has to be the Black Lois Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, if everybody's following me, you're gonna like my wordplay with this shit, because you know YouTube being some sons of bitches and demonetizing and blocking a lot of videos and streams that get to the nitty gritty. People may not agree with Josh, they might not agree with Trinity, they might not agree with Chaos, myself, or anybody, but at least we keep it raw. So damn raw, you might have to put a condom on this motherfucker. So, and I like to keep my shit adult and private. I don't mind people going back and forth and not agreeing with either one. Oh, I got a lot of background noise. The point in principle is that the image of the Black Superman has to be protected by the Black Lois Lane. Because here's the parallels. I want y'all to follow me. Where does Lois Lane work?
The Daily Planet, isn't that?
And what is the Daily Planet?
It's a newspaper.
Newspaper. Is it newspaper?
It's a newspaper. It's a media outlet.
Right.
And who's the quickest to be on the media outlet? Women tend to be on social media more. So the image of the Black Superman and his invincibility must be upheld by the Black Lois Lane. See the parallels?
Mm-hmm.
I see the parallels, but what I want to say is I gotta go. I love you all. You know, every one of you 6 niggas. I love you all. Yeah, I gotta go. Okay.
All right, see you Kennedy.
Yeah, next talking.
Okay. Okay. You be blessed and highly flavored. Okay.
All right, later.
Bye. Woo! I love you. Bye.
Okay.
Anyway, what were you saying, Charles? Continue your point.
And see, the reason why I say that is because Black women have access to media and because they are the teachers of culture. So how Black women view us is going to be how the rest of the world views the Black Superman. Remember, in the comics, who was the first person to give him the name?
It was her, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Think about it. How simplistic the name Superman is, but when you think of Superman, what does it represent? The first damn thing that pops in your mind. What does it when you see that S symbol? It represents power, strength,
Yeah.
invincibility. You're literally representative of the most powerful man on earth. It's think about it. The name itself is so simplistic. It's fucking genius, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking genius. It just said this man is so above everybody that we just have to call him super. We have to put a fucking adjective in front of his gender. That's how above everything he was. So once you control that image of the Superman, remember what I said earlier. You can make him feel like Superman, or you could be his kryptonite.
Sure.
And it just, and trust me, once y'all get a little bit more of the chats and shit, I gotta love being next to a highway. Once you understand how my brain works and how ideas just pop in my head like machine gun fire, it just made me dawn. Like, wait a minute, this motherfucker works for a media outlet, and she literally coined the phrase Superman.
Sure.
If you really want to go into some further psychological thinking, go back to the old Christopher Reeve movies and go back to Man of Steel and see how important, how Lois viewed Superman was how the rest of the world was going to view him.
Mm-hmm.
Some simplistic and deep shit, isn't it?
Sure.
Facts.
As deep as comic books will allow, and some of those motherfuckers are so deep. I had to take a shot of Hennessy or a shot of cognac and a couple of smokes to be like, "Yo, that shit fuck the brain up." Not now, on the clock. But
sure. You know, another point that I want to make is Lois Lane knows how to get Superman's kryptonite. She can be his greatest ally, or she can be the key to his downfall, and that kind of explains the whole thing with Will and Jada too. You know, for sure, they're connected.
And you absolutely right. Because I understand Jada did some fuck shit. Now, if the fuck shit was allowed, then it's not necessarily fuck shit. What she fucked up was you don't go public. But we got to use everything as a case study and say to a lot of women, is there anything that's enough? And I like to coin a phrase from BGS from watching his video on Will and Jada. Boredom is a dangerous thing to women. Attention is the number one drug, but the most dangerous thing to women is boredom. My grandparents used to tell me an idle mind is the devil's playground.
So true, so true. That saying never ceased to amaze me.
And what happens is we got to understand that if the shoe was on the other foot, Will Smith would be demonized heavily.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to Chaos for pointing it out yesterday. And that's why he's the chief engineer, because he brilliantly played what they actually said in real time.
Mm-hmm.
If it was the shoe was on the other foot, Will Smith will be all kinds of sons of bitches, assholes, cheating motherfuckers.
Right.
But I noticed one thing: I don't see the female side of the sector, black, white, polka dot in between, having much to talk about.
Sure.
I'm not going to say they adhere to it. I'm not going to say they demonize it. But they don't have much to talk about on it, because now it exposes a lot of shit and a lot of psychological things that, no matter how high you reach, to most women, not all, it may never be enough.
Sure.
And when you think about it, all of us have been in positions where we've been with women, giving them the world. And that motherfucker turned their back on you like a rattlesnake and bit you.
Yeah.
But the first thing you do to a snake, you got to chop its head off. You got to defang it. If you let the snake bite you again, you got to kiss it on the head. You like that shit.
Right.
See, the purpose of this is to actually tell you, all of us actually like black love. We want to see sisters get married to brothers. We want them to have prosperous and happy relationships, building strong children for the next generation. I don't know about you Negroes, but, Officer Faulkner got a finite time to be Officer Faulkner. I got to give the cape and cow to somebody else to run with it. Whereas though my ancestors had to crawl before me, from my father on back, had to crawl. They gave me the ability to walk. When I retire, I'm supposed to make sure the next generation runs in whatever profession they have. And see, when people are upset, is that this opens up the curiosity of black love. Is it something true, or is it something that we speak of and it's just an imaginary object? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'll say this about black love. It's right now on a dangling string right now as we speak. Now we know that still black people are still dating, procreating at still roughly here in the West, 80%. But as we know, with the new upcoming people, I hear background noise. Can somebody mute it, please? Hello? Okay, I think it's gone. it's concerning, Charles Faulkner. As you know, the children that's going to be adults very soon, like say your own son or anybody that's already touching 20, in regards to black boys, they are venturing out from what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. I can't say it's really fat, but I'm hearing that. I'm not even looking even to interact with black girls or young black women. So the future can be very slim because now it's going to force the opposite side to dabble as well. So when we look at that 8% now, is very much on a thread right now. Things could change drastically within 10 years or close to 20 years from now. So when we talk about black love as we know it today is being manufactured to be obsolete in the West we call America today. Because for people to see actual love, they have to visually see it. You know? And a lot of people are not seeing anything tangible when it comes to the term black love. You know, we're very dysfunctional as a people right now in this region because we're made to be dysfunctional and we have not done what's necessary to get out of this dysfunction. So I see it very much on a lifeline. Not sure what will America will look like. Well, they already project what it's going to look like, and it doesn't look good. So, but like I said, only time will tell. We're up there in age, bro. So we're gonna probably witness for ourselves to see what really is gonna be the future. You get me? That's my take on it.
Anybody else want to give a take on it?
I mean, the world is changing, bro. So, you know, I don't know what black love's going to look like in the future. You know, because people's behaviors are changing. The Zoomers are probably going a little bit more towards Latinos than they are going towards anything else. So, you know, that might change. You know, but then again, we're also a very international world. So black love might look like an American black man finding a wife in an African country. That's still considered black love, though, right? So, you know, we're in a changing dynamic. I don't really know how it's going to be inside of America. That's to be determined because we've got the coronavirus and we really don't know what the long-term impacts of that's going to be. We can speculate on it, but we really don't know. So,
Platinum?
is Platinum even here?
Platinum Elite, you still with us?
I think he's
He might have fell asleep.
not there. Yeah.
Josh, would you like to comment?
Yeah, I'll say my little piece about it. You know, I agree with all of you fellas about that. You know, black love is a dying breed, and I think, you know, I mean, I want it to be better, but it's just one of them things where, not to be missed the negative, but it's gonna get worse and it's gonna stay worse because that's just the culture that we live in. I mean, you got all this stock culture, you got all these broads listening to Cardi B and all this I'm a savage bullshit. Relationships, most relationship nowadays is gonna be the female will get with a dude until she finds something better. Or it's gonna be to the point where to make a relationship last, you're gonna have to accept bullshit. And a lot of dudes is gonna just walk away from that. And that's pretty much is what's gonna kill the relationship game as well as the marriage game too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like this. Every man knows he's going to deal with some type of bullshit when it comes to women. Just like women know they're going to have to deal with our bullshit because guess what? As black men, we could be grumpy ass creatures. When you're dealing with the world that we have to face, you're not going to exactly be the bright ray of sunshine. But somehow we still have a positive outlook. I know it's a weird fucking dynamic for some people to understand that, but it's true. That being said, when you experience this type of ambiguity within love itself, You got to look at it. Young men are growing up to see things for themselves. And I have many female friends. Shout out to Katrina if she's watching. We get into debates all the time about black love and black men and black women. She will say, well, you got to find a black woman that, is right for you. And I said, hey, I don't mind the black love, but at the same time, you got to remember, if you truly, if black women truly love their men, they will let their men lead. There will be trust. But before there's trust, guess what? Find the best possible man for you. How many times have I said this for 3.5, almost 4 years? Find the best possible woman for you. If Jada happens to be the best woman for Will, which on the most part it seems to be true, can this fuck up be forgiven? Maybe. But will that be held to pay? Yeah, you gotta have to look at shame on you for a minute. And
Yeah.
you have to carry that motherfucker. There can't be no my husband this, because you gotta remember, on the Red Table Talk, she was putting a lot of people's business out there and looking at them with the side eye. And then there's a lot of humble pie she's got to eat for the next few. And my Baltimore table talks. What's up, Crew Reality? She's gonna have to eat humble pie. She even put Snoop on the stand, and Snoop's been married since Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Okay? You don't fuck up. Let's say, because guess what? Whatever happened in his relationship and him and his wife worked out, you gotta let them work it out. Who got some noise? You gotta make yourself ready. Got noise. But the point
Charles, you gotta come out and come back in because now your mic is very low. I don't think people can hear you from the chat room. People ask.
Ain't that a bitch? Hold up.
Oh, you're better now.
Now you're better.
Now. You're better.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, because they trying to censor the black Superman. Can't do that. He's unstoppable. He's unattainable. His strength is incalculable, and anything with a bull on the fucking backside of it. But in all seriousness, you gotta be very careful, because when you put yourself as a public image, it's the same thing with police, right?
Mm-hmm.
The image of police is looking real fucking shitty to the world, not just black people. To the point where even the world's like, yo, that ain't right. And Josh and myself have the combined years of over 20 years of police experience. And we've been in knockdown fights. We've been in hell. Josh had to fight a motherfucker for a gun, where it was either him or the other guy. And obviously Josh won that fight because we wouldn't be speaking to him.
You damn right.
So we look at it and it's like, it doesn't take much to fucking kill an image. It doesn't take much. All it takes is one fuck up. Just one. Out of all the good you do, out of all the people you save, out of all the money Will and Jada gave out, of all the people they saved, out of all the shit they produce, this one hiccup can make people see. Told you these black people can't get along. And it's by motherfuckers who can't even get married. Motherfuckers who wish they could be in that position. You cannot say that and joke about bad marriages, because we're going to look at it like, is anything sacred?
Mm-hmm.
You got people, we literally, on this panel, damn near grew up watching Will and Jada. Like, I remember the first fucking time on NBC when Fresh Prince aired. I remember when fucking A Different World aired.
Mm-hmm.
These was you don't even have shows like that when you see black positivity. I mean, A Different World was my show so fucking much. I look forward to going to an HBCU. I was looking for fucking Hillman. When
They
I look
said, I want to date some black women like that. Look at that.
exactly. Who were beautiful, funny, supportive. They might have had some sassiness to them, but the motherfuckers had your back. And what happened to that imagery?
Fix your mic, Charles. You might fix your mic. Quick.
What about now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you go. Yeah, it's still trampling. I'm not gonna get censored when you're speaking now. I gotta let you know how to. Well, while Charles partner fixes his mic, let me check what's going on. Okay.
I am back, people. And
There
see,
you go.
and see, the troubling part about the black love and the black Superman is that when Superman's image is decimated, nobody's gonna have faith that he can save them. And the only person who can save the black community is the black Superman. But the most important part is that Black Lois Lane has to put it out to the world in her media, newspaper, social media, Twitter, YouTube, have to promote the image of the black Superman in the most positive way. That's the most important part, because she's the one who's going to be teaching culture. The black Superman is going to be too busy saving the world. Just like they won't excuse us for being men, we cannot excuse them for being women. And when you go to these educational places where they're like, hey, we're all equal. No, we're not. I don't give a damn if I'm dating a woman or I'm married to a woman who's a police officer like me. Guess what? Guess who's going to be out that bid first to check on the noise?
Yeah.
It's going to be nice that she could shoot and back me up, but guess who's going to be out there in front?
Yep.
I'll even give you an example. When I used to date, she who will not be named, Josh knows who that is. Don't laugh at me, Josh.
Yep.
You know what she said to me? I gave her an example. I said, if we lived in feudal times where we had to take the one representative of the family, the biggest, strongest, the most vicious motherfucker to defend the family's honor and name, and we were married, who are we going to send? Are we going to send the kids? We're going to send you, or we're going to send me? Obviously you.
Right.
See, like, I'm strong, but you're viciously strong, and you got a vicious streak. You're a man. So even a person who did powerlifting and still does it had to say, you know, you're going to have to be in front. You're going to have to be the man. Which I don't mind. But at the same time, you still have to do your womanly duties.
Right.
Here's another note I want to get everybody's opinion on. Does this excuse us from looking for black love? Or we should look and learn and still look for it accordingly? I want to hear your thoughts. Go.
All right, well, I'll start. I think it's always vital as a black man, 'cause I deal with mostly black women, partial in my life, that, you know, it is out there, but as you mature as a man, you know what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to deal with. So I feel as a man's duty, you know, we should be seeking those mates that will rock our program, and willing to put themselves to, you know, follow the leadership of a man at least, and be respectful. You know, I think one of the few things why men venture out, because they're not getting that respect within their area, much less their group of women. So they always dabble to find which one is a better fit that will rock to my program without giving me too much of a problem. Because a man can only go fight so many battles. The one battle he does not want to fight is in his own household. And I think a lot of dudes that want to take a next or take their wherever they're doing and make the relationship they're with that woman to another level than just being something of a side piece or just a pump and dump. They want something long term. That's what most men, as they get older, they're seeking. Because out here in the streets, it's not really a good thing nowadays to mess around because there's too much things going around in the world. Not only the disease, but this COVID, but all things that as a man, we fight the battles and elements every day, but it's come to the point where say, I just want somewhere at the end that I can rest my head just to somewhat ease and heal from the madness. Because it will kill you as a man in these environments if you're not careful. You already worry about your health and your stress, and you don't want to be compromised either one. So that's my piece.
Yeah, I'd say keep your eyes open when it comes to looking for somebody and don't settle for bullshit. Because it's like you said, it's only so much you can tolerate and not tolerate. And if you have to tolerate bullshit, there's only so much you can take. So if you have to deal with it and it's too much of it, just move on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we've got to start understanding the value of standards. And the thing is, as a man, you've got the whole world that you're fighting against. The one thing that you don't want to do is walk into your house and the war never stops. So domestic tranquility is extremely important. The other thing is if you're going to go find love, then you also have to understand that, okay, is this woman that I'm dealing with, whoever she is or wherever she comes from, can she domestically take care of my children? And what's the agenda there if I do decide to have children? Those are the things that I think are the things that really need to be addressed, because I'm big on domestic tranquility and peace in my life. So that's something that continually has to be addressed. Period. Charles, where did Uncle Chuck go?
Okay.
I'm glad that you both spoke to that. But go ahead, Chaos.
No, I already said my piece. All of us made our comments on that.
I'm glad that everybody understands this. Oh man, I wish I could write a book, but I think it's so much easier to express my thoughts and my philosophy. And a lot of people probably wondering where the fuck do I mean about the Black Superman? Because no pressure is held against anybody like a black man. This is the reason why the black man's super. You got to be twice as good to get it and 3 times better to keep it. No other man on earth is given that much pressure. You're expected to be a failure as soon as you get out the womb. Either you die in the streets as a statistic, or you rot in a jail cell. You're looked at as somebody who's only respected of how hard he can fight or how hard he can fuck. You're never valued. You're never put into this position where to be powerful, you have to actually circumvent the system where every other group of men can rise through the system. Think about it. In our own fucking neighborhoods where we live, How much hell would you catch trying to get a corner store, your own business, your own house? Black men in America ought to be the face of America. You want to talk about the American dream? Talk about the American black man.
Yep.
We were the first to fight for this country, and most likely will be the last to fight for this country. Despite all the negative press, despite the government itself creating institutions, we still thrive and survive. We dominate and triumph. That's the reason why I call this the Black Superman series. Yes, I am the first to tell you, black men got a lot of shit with them. Yes, we do. But through all our hangups, through all our faults, somehow, still, some way, we still manage to save people. We still manage to get the job done. We may not always be the loving, caring person that we are, but we always think of our women and our children first. Despite all the stereotypes and all the untrue press.
Sure.
Now, anybody want to give some last thoughts? Gotta start with Chaos. We're gonna start with Iori, and then we're gonna end off with Josh, then Chaos, then myself. Go.
Yeah, I mean, when you were talking about that Black Superman thing, I was thinking about the child support system and what happens with black men in the child support system. You really have to be a Black Superman to be able to navigate all that stuff. Because when I was thinking about what you were saying, there was a bunch of ideas that were coming in my head. The one thing about being black in America is that you have to be a Superman at all times in all situations. You never get a break. And the thing is, if they're gonna fuck you, they're gonna fuck you harder than anybody else, just because you're black. So it's you're always in a soldier-like mentality, and that's to be commended, and more than anything, it's to really be understood. People have to understand that black men need to get their just due, because there's a lot of things that black men deal with that they don't talk about, because they're so strong that they just deal with what they got to deal with. Period. Yeah, that's all.
Josh?
I mean, yeah, pretty much black, like, the black community, the black dating world, we all around got to do better. You know what I'm saying? That Will and Jada shit is that's just a snippet of what black men go through, and then just accepting, just being a black man, having to take on all these multiple roles. Yet we can't have preferences, we can't be angry, but yet we have to stand there and be done dirty. Like, come on, man. Like we've gone through enough. Gone through gone through enough with that shit. We really got to do better, and our women have to treat us better, or else we're gonna pick our shit up and just fucking go. You know what I'm saying? And I'll leave it off at that.
All right. One thing I would say in regards to the Black Superhero series, which is gonna be a very lengthy series, that you must understand you are the original Superman. You are the original Superman, and the European man creates his image and likeness because of you. He sees himself and wish he was you. So don't forget that when he talks about himself, he always emulates you. So you are that pinnacle that keeps civilization going. And if anything willing to stop, it's gonna be stopped under the mind and physicality of this black man. Oh, and one other thing, I think his name is Mr. Taylor for his donation. I appreciate it. Contribute to the stream. So, oh, and Charles, I'm gonna pull up the song. So, give me a second. But you can talk to him.
Yes, yes, yes. This is going to be a little lengthy. The Black Superman. It's not to shit on black women. It's not to say that black men have no wrong. Say the beautiful thing about being a Superman is not if you win the war, but if you always do the right thing. Because eventually, you're going to win the war anyway. You just need to know when to take hold of the situation at hand. I get so tired of black men holding their heads down because of the system. I get tired of black men holding their heads down because some of our women don't respect us. I get tired of black men saying to other black men, we ain't shit. And we actually believe it and make it a self-fulfilling prophecy. This black man, this black Superman, if you will, this series itself is to not just uplift you, but also uplift the Willis Lanes out there who actually give the black men their undying support. This series is to show you that your greatest fear and your greatest ignorance is not that you are inadequate, is that you are powerful beyond belief. And I can't think of anything better to end it off with that. Hit my theme music.
1 second. I'm not on my laptop like I usually do, so let me see how I can do it on here. Give me 1 second, people. Okay, find it. Try to play it as as possible. Oh, here it is. All right. Good night, black people.
And good night to all the black Superman and Lois Lanes out there. All together now on the panel. 1, 2, 3.
Woo!